We're back.
Hey.
Let's. Okay, I probably should have done this a long time ago, but let's resolve the battle thing. Hold up. Second.
On the hunt.
Alright, assemble the army. Hold on. Let's see. How much time do I have? Oh, okay. Oh, sure, 10,000. Okay. Alright, let's go. I just spent mad copper, so it's like a third of what I had. But considering a unique item costs like 3k, 10k is not that much. And I think I'm at a net positive right now. As you crest a small hill overlooking Yenwood Field, Lord Gaffman's army is a flurry of activity, scurrying to and fro. Even from this distance, you can hear the drums of war beating their steady cadence, designed to intimidate their foes while organizing the rank and file into battle formations. Marshal Forward approaches. You've arrived just in time. Lord Gaffman's forces are beginning to move, and attack is imminent. Any idea what he's planning? Marshal Forward strokes his chin. His ultimate objective is to face you in battle to be seen defeating you. I doubt he is foolish enough to challenge you to single combat, of course. Local militia constitutes the majority of the army, but veteran soldiers have organized the ranks and walk amongst the young, unseasoned warriors, offering advice or an occasional joke. They cheer, striking sword to shield as you pass, in thunderous approval of their lord. Among the troops, a small group of warriors shine brighter than the others. Crucible knights, standing tall in gleaming plate armor and armed with spear and shield. They stand at attention, spear centered as you pass. Sound the horn, it's time to finish this. Marshal Forward begins barking orders, and your troops quickly form up. Gaffman's army follows suit, as a deer and war drums echo across the field. Within a few moments, the marshal raises a brass horn in the visage of mighty boar to his lips. Looks at you expectantly. Your troops bellow across the field, pounding weapon to shield, as the marshal's horn sounds. Dozens of bowstrings twang in unison behind you, as your archers unleash a hail of arrows at Gaffman's army. The missiles hiss through the air with deadly accuracy, felling scores of enemies. In a bold move, Gaffman points his sword towards your position, giving an unheard order. His infantry, shields raised, charge the field. Your infantry charges headlong into the enemy infantry in the center of the field. The cacophonous sound of metal on metal is nearly deafening as the two forces collide. Fighting is fierce and the screams of the dying numerous. Led by veteran warriors rallied to your cause, the troops fight valiantly, appear to be holding their ground. The battle thus far appears to be a stalemate. Then, a group of Aediran battle mages emerge from behind enemy lines. They begin weaving their hands in unison with practiced precision. Suddenly, waves of arcane fire erupt among your troops. The acrid smell of the smoke and burning flesh is nearly overwhelming. From the left flank, a unit of Rao-type berserkers, clad in plate armor and wielding great swords, begin to collapse to the left side of the line. The ground is thick with the dead as they press their advance. Meanwhile, sleek walker paladins, dressed in dark armor and carrying sword and shield, stride back and forth behind Gaffman's lines, rallying his warriors and exhorting them to fight harder. He's got his own allies. As the battle rages, Marshal Forward looks to you for orders. I think we need to deal with those battle mages. Are they good against? Oh, hold on. And the Crucible Knights. Oh. Whoa, that's bad. Well, can I freaking? Hold on. Let's load this shit. Oh, I feel bad if I used up my knights. Can I study the battlefield? I don't. It doesn't take time, is the question. Oh, the hirelings go into battle, so I should get that ogre right the hell now. Anything that only gives. And it only gives prestige? Yo, we're gonna get rid of them for a bit. Alright. Well, it's kinda anticlimactic having going through all that and then bad things happen. What? Alright. The Bleak Walker must be. At the sound of Marshal Forward's horn, the leader of Crucible Knights, a Justicar. I'm gonna say Justicar, even though it's just this year, because it sounds better. With the long graying beard, issues a challenge to the Bleak Walker captain. The steel-clad formations clash and battle furiously. Both heavily armored units fight farewell against the other, but the Crucible Knights appear to have the upper hand. As the battle rages, Marshal Foreman looks to you for orders. I have no allies. Okay. Alright, so you could potentially have a lot more. You're supposed to do this in endgame, I guess. As the remainder of your forces charge, a horn sounds in the distance. A new contingent of warriors crests the nearby hill. As Gaffman's reinforcement charge headlong into the fray, his other troops cheer triumphantly. The new arrivals quickly join up with Gaffman's army. You make out the form of Captain Emery leading the charge in her dark armor. She kills one of your troops with a well-aimed pistol shot, before running another through with a gleaming rapier. She kills foe after foe, and at one point, with the dead piled around her, she seems to face you from across the battlefield and shrug. As the battle rages, your forces fight valiantly, pressing ever forward. Casualties on both sides are high, and victory remains elusive for either side. Yay! Lord Gaffman strides through the carnage, his elite guard accompanying him. We both knew it must come to this. Come now, it's time I put you down like the dog you are. Here I am. Let's finish this. Whoa. Alright, you have your own troops. We should just make a... Is the captain? Yeah, captain's there. We should get rid of her. There's a lot of them, though. Let's go. Yo, the leg! Okay. Alright, it's a good thing I brought all my AoE stuff. Oh, I didn't bring my, whatchamacallit. I didn't bring my mage. That's bad. They have more people. But, oh hell yeah, look at the value of this spell. Alright, we gotta go kill the battle mage. Where is she? Oh, got my ogre! Okay, just hit the battle mages. Oh, okay, well, there's a lot. That's okay. Heal. No, I should do the defense buff. What does this do? Oh, okay. You can steal their attributes. That's really strong. Nah, that's a one-time thing. Let's go for the priests. Actually, no. Priest right here. Should I go for the captain? Make it happen? Alright, need healing. Where's Sagani? She needs to... She needs to back off. Ah. Let's see. Let's get rid of the battle mage. Actually, get rid of the guy. Actually, no.
Give it a good shot with this.
I need to... I need him to heal somehow. Let's see. Oh. Actually, let's kill the mercenary first. Let's see, what can she do? Oh shoot, she needs to heal. I don't know what I can do here. Oh, that's Gaffbin? Oh. Well, in that case. Actually.
Your thoughts must
More healing.
Something else.
Oh man, my ogre is really putting in work.
Don't even
Uh-oh. Engaging.
Indeed.
That didn't work.
Good shot.
Try something else.
That's it. Get that loot. Or Gaffin lies dead before you, his army scattered. Bloody and exhausted, your remaining troops look to you, swords raked high in victory, chanting your name. Holding the hem of his robe as he steps over several bodies, Chancellor Warren approaches you. Though his face is pale, and he looks as if he will be sick at any moment, he forces a smile. Lord Yang, while I'm grateful for this dispute is finally over, it is regrettable so many lives were lost in the process. Gaffin should have just been reasonable from the start. He gags involuntarily as his silk boot brushes against his severed hand. In any event, as the legal Arbiter of Earl Baedmar. I'm here to inform you that you've been declared a Thane of the Deerwood, and Kainua has been recognized as your domain. It shall forever be thus, and will pass down to any descendants you may have in the future. Of course, now that your claim has been upheld, you are expected to forward a small portion of any taxes you collect to your rightful lord, Earl Baedmar. Okay. Extraordinary negative. It appears my work is done. Feel free to visit the palace. If he steps in a pile of entrails with wet squish as he turns to leave. On second thought, I'll come and visit you. Yes, yes. Perhaps in a year or 3. Lord Yang, it has been an honor to serve you. I'll be making my way back to Gayren's Grasp. The Earl has some urgent business for me there, unfortunately. Should you ever find yourself that far north, feel free to call on me. I'd love to trade war stories with you over a cup or two. He grasps your hand firmly, briefly in a firm grip, and turns to his heel.
Hey.
I wonder what he... Does he have any special loot? Ooh, special ring, Gaffin with signet. Lord's authority. What does this do? Ah, that's pretty strong. This ring has been passed down from father to son to Gaffin family for generations. Thanks to you, that tradition has been permanently shattered. Though made for Gaffins, the power of the ring is connected to the rule of Kainua itself. Oh, we got another belt. Alright. Gauntlets of Ogre Might.
Hey.
Where is this? Where did we fight? Oh, this is the freaking Yenwood. Alright.
Hey. You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, this is just Yenwood Field. Let's go back to Kainua. Alright. Turns out the Crucible Knights are really bad at fighting mages. I only had one special unit to use. I assume you have less enemies to fight if you send out your troops to deal with theirs.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
They're really obsessed with children. Now what? I guess just more of athletics is probably where this is going. Vigorous defense. What does this do? Discipline barrage. Guardian stance. Physical defense. Clear out. To the fray. What's unbending? Oh. Oh wow. Calls them regenerate 50% of endurance lost from an attack. That's pretty cool. Okay, nope. Flail is a freaking is an adventurer weapon. I haven't seen a Morning Star yet then. That's weird. Specialization soldier. My vigorous defense? No. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let's see something. Does he already have a mode ability? Oh, yeah, he has a defender. Okay. Okay. So athletics go up. So this is a different thing. Critical defense sounds pretty important. Said he doesn't have any talents, but that's... Hey, Durance. Yo, time for more mechanics? Nah, I need more level for more mechanics. Alright, Armor of Faith. What is this? Store minor endurance, prayer against fear. What's blessing? Oh, just buff somebody. Halt. Bars of Condemnation. Can you? No, I have to use a level 1 level 1 skill? That was sad. Prayer against fear. Concentration wheel might be pretty good. Oh, this is a armor buff. Alright. No, I think giving someone else more damage is pretty cool. What does the cipher do? Let's see. Probably just more athletics, right? Athletics seems to... Oh, ringleader. Oh, so you dominate. Oh, borrow instincts. Detonate. Splinters the target's soul with sheer force, inflicting raw damage to them. Targets with low endurance explode, causing crush damage to all of them. Wow, you just make someone blow up with your mind? Oh, ringleader. What's the... Oh, versus will. Okay, so you wanna... You could just straight up... I don't know, she has a mind control thing already. I think the detonate probably better. Oh no, you get 2. Alright, in that case, well, why not get both? Heroboss level 2. Alright, more athletics. Oh, Vile Thorns. I don't like using druid spells because they don't distinguish between friend and foe, so... Nature's Vigor might be better. Ah, raising max HP is pretty good. Oh, causes enemies. What does this do? Decrease... Oh, lowers their defense. Alright. Oh. This is chain lightning. I'm gonna take that shit. Alright. Well, we did it. One more turn. Alright. There we go. Canna came back. How about... Oh, still nothing? One more turn? Alright. I wanted Pallegina with me, but... I guess that's fine. Oh, we should check the belt there. What the hell told him to pick all this shit up? Gotta go back and sell this later for some huge profits. Alright, let's see our... What do I got? Son of the Arcane. Oh, Perception +2. What's my thing do? Intellect 2. Resolve +1. Perception is good for what? Perception is good for... melee damage bonus. Okay. Perception's good for wizards, right? You're going to want to give that what does perception do? Character sensitive. Accuracy, reflex defense, and grants a bonus to interrupt. Accuracy, alright. I guess it's not a magical thing then. Give it to gun guy probably. What does this belt do? Oh, okay. So this is defense. Continue. How about this thing? Right, I have fireball. Don't want that. Life +2. Life just damage, right? Physical and spiritual strength. Yeah. Shackling. I have 2 of them? That's weird. Alright. Ogre might Which one did I use? Oh, perception plus 1. No, I'll take the might. Who's good with melee damage? He does a decent amount, right? Yeah, give it to him then. Yeah, Eater's fully, well, my tank, man, I gotta gear him up. Oops, wait. No, that's not. Perception, minor, spell mine. Perception might be good for her. Gives her the accuracy. Any other unique? Got a pistol. Got a. Yep, flail is not a morning star. Lesson learned. Decent armor. Well, I guess I should give her a better dagger. Do I have a good crossbow? Hold on. I can give her? Doesn't seem like it. Barn Arbalest. How much damage is this? 21 to 31? Oh, yeah, this one's just straight up better. Alright. Nothing else, off we go. Where's the next one? Elmsworth, right? Alright, we are... Whoa, hold up. Gotta change those hirelings. Oh yeah, a few of them died probably. Alright, we're just missing this guy. I'll need this shit. Whoa! This guy's real good. Crucible Knight. And we're at 8. Damn, that Crucible Knight is money. I'll take the 1-in-1 probably better. Alright. Let's go.
Hey.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Up. She saw it. Is this the Audra Arch? Yep. Alright, let's save. Well, what the hell is this? Audra Beetle. Whoa, there's so many. Wait, is he ranged? Hold on. Oh, he switched to range. Okay.
Let Margaret die.
What's the odds of succeeding? Oh, 100%, yeah, I'll take that troll. Dominated. Does he have a range? Oh, he's using a ranged weapon right now. Nah, man. Get in there. does this do? Oh, wow, that's really good. Alright.
After an Ichima.
Back up. Oh, well, you're the only one left.
Not getting to.
Hey,
Give it a second.
All right then.
What the hell does a stone beetle have? I keep forgetting to summon, do the summon.
Settle.
Oh god, there's so much more stuff here.
Settle.
I'm gonna freaking. Well, some healing. Whoa, this priest is going down fast. Yep, he's going down. What does this do? Relentless storm.
I'm here.
Optics worth it.
Big lightning. Hey, you didn't be struck by lightning? What the hell?
Settle.
Whoa.
Hey. Yours.
Oh, my main character's down. This is not good.
My mind feels...
Settle.
Kind of. Hey.
Your thoughts...
Settle.
You're not
This is a
getting
pretty hard
through
fight.
me.
We better get a lot of XP from this. Whew. Everyone's kind of okay. Oh, I see another soul. God, don't tell me he's not here too.
All right then.
The Age of Arc looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persok's eyes. Sagani turns, watching the trees remove him. As the arch's shadow falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in another forest, blackened, bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods and ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arches show the bones of some destroyed buildings. Between and amidst it all are elves and orlands, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbling ruins. Where is this? Glad you don't recognize it. That suggests you haven't been lurking around ruins where you don't belong. Heravas eyes you intently with a wagging finger of faint lecturing. Sounds like you're describing the desolate stretch in the mountain slopes north of Twin Elms, site of an old battle from the War of Black Trees.
I'll follow you.
She counts the arrows in a quiver before adjusting the weight on her shoulder.
I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
Sound surprised?
I am. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
What changed?
I haven't spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitok. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with Kith. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're honest.
It's kind of weird because she has no
know
stake
you
in this
wouldn't leave me
personally,
astray
right?
in this.
Her thing is just whole about doing her ritual thing. She doesn't. She's the one party member that has no real stake in this. Well, I mean, there's a stake, but
Good question.
Over. It's been hard to see a purpose behind the last 5 years, but lately I've started to realize just how much Persok shaped our village, how his efforts and sacrifices added up, made us stronger. Bringing his blessing back to Mazik will strengthen us and draw us even closer together. And I'm proud to know I'll be the one returning with it. Wow, she's found her faith again. She thumps the Adriel wall with the heel of her hand, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First we got to find Persek, as well as your quarry. Should give me time to figure out what I'll say to him. What do you think he'll tell me?
I guess that depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persok's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember? I hadn't thought of it that way. Who knows? When we find Theos, maybe you'll get your wish.
Alright. The long hunt.
Hey,
Oh, let's hope there's no more of those fights.
My
Nope.
mind-
Is every encounter gonna be with like 10 people now? I dominate 82%. Oh.
My mind-
Where is he? I can't tell you where you are. I really wish it to highlight only highlighted you. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh god, more flame bite. Wait. Okay, freaking every battle we've been through.
of course.
Dead adventure. Boots of stability, hey. Okay, well. Let's see. Boots is a pretty rare thing also, actually. What does this do? Against prone attacks. Alright, so it's hard to get knocked down. That might be what he needs. Oh, he already has it. Alright. What about mine? It's hard to get stunned. I guess I should save it for the paladin girl.
Hey,
I'm gonna go back and heal because damn, these fights are not easy.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
Should I take the might? I don't know if this actually affects your stat, whatever. I don't think it does. I might just take the might. Oh, your eyes open to a familiar scene. Durant sits with his staff laid across his lap, a malignant flame sprouting from one end. He's difficult to make out. His features soft, bleeding together, but the staff you can see clearly. Its etchings aglow in molten orange. Though Durant's face is difficult to distinguish, there is no mistaking the hardened expression, the furrowed brow. His voice hisses and sputters, low and unintelligent, as though having a private argument with the staff. Traces of spittle catch the firelight as they fly from his lips like sparks. And to your surprise, there is a female figure behind him. You are about to call out a warning, when you realize it's the Mogren statue. Where you met Durant at the fork. Yet she seemed almost alive for a moment. Her cast shadow seemed as if it was moving, cloaked. Then it is still, frozen with the night at its back. Examine the staff. There's something odd about one of the symbols. A circle of 12 smaller circles. One of the small circles glows brightly, but the other 11 give off little light. They flicker and fade like dying embers. Between his hissing curses, Durant lowers his face close to the staff and blows on the fading circles with panicked rapidity, coaxing life from them, but they do not ignite. One by one, the light of the circles dies, and smoke rises from their ashes. Only one still burns. Does that symbolize him? 12 is the 12, right? So he's the only one of the 12 still alive. Durant hurls his staff at his feet, and it clatters to the ground. Its edges have become soft, difficult to find. Like its owner, the staff has become a blur. Close your eyes and reopen them, and Durant is there, picking up his staff from the ground. But the blur is gone, and you are awake.
What? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I had another vision of you. One of the symbols on your staff. It was dying.
You see many things that aren't there, Watcher. Perhaps the symbol was for your disappearing sanity, and we are to bid it farewell while you still have the wits to grieve for it.
Yeah, you're angry. We get it.
That symbol? The God Hammer.
Then it was the God Hammer symbol I saw extinguished on your staff.
No riddle there, Watcher. It took 12 of us to build the God Hammer. Afterward, I took my leave of all of them to see what Mogren had in store for me. I've seen none of them since.
Are you sure there isn't more to that
Your
story?
kind has a way of interpreting its visions to fit the version of the truth you like best. But Mogren's flame leaves no room for interpretation. Waste the time of others with your distortions and your fever dreams.
Flames may leave no doubt as to what or where they are, but why they are is anyone's guess.
It's always the way of the mad to try to convince others of a reality only they can see. But when your doctrine's the truth, it requires no convincing, only an opening of the eyes.
I would probably disagree with that.
I would purify you, Watcher, if I thought it would help. The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
Do you think there's any tie between the Hollow Lord and the
Aethys
God
was the
Hammer?
god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the deer wood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls. I doubt it. The Hollowborn have their roots in the acts
His
of
instincts
men,
are right.
women, I feel it. Huh. I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
Oh, you know her. You must. She's a many-headed bitch.
She's a goddess, as fickle as they come. And with all the failings you'd expect of an empress and a whore. Too many eyes, too many wants,
Yeah, that's the problem
too
if
much
you're
to
a
hold
rare
on
life
to.
form, right? You
That's
kind
the
of don't
failing
value
of a
anything
god.
lesser than yourself.
More aspects than words to describe her, like most of them. A god with many nations to oversee, only serves to spread herself too thin.
Although flames rarely cross us twice, so perhaps that is the only truth she embraces. Who knows? Gods get greedy. When it comes to fire, fire is a god's hunger. What are aspects? Rance begins to count on his fingers, chanting it off. War transforms, fire consumes, trials purify. Warfare, fire, consuming, purification, and most of all, transforming. Trials as well, but all things are put to the test anyway. A trial can consume, purify, transform. They are all linked, although at its heart is the flame. And the flame is what matters. It is the source of all things. Guess they should have started with that, eh? Any fool around a campfire knows that. To hear some of the inner fires tell it around the hearth and bellows, even in the halls of Ashfall, you'd think that fire brought life to man, and that fire was Magron. Some of the older texts say she rubbed her hands together and they burst into flames. Or another guy shafted her like poker. There are different perspectives on her then? Mine is only one sight among many. Durance frowns, pauses. Then his eyes take on a new gleam. But here's one. I can speak to how the losing side sees her, and that should tell you enough. Let me speak to what an Aedaran sees. And what does an Aedaran see? The Aedarans have a proper, polite translation for her. Excellence in war, tactical discipline. He snorts. That's why they lost the fucking colony, of course. They were properly still quoting that while we had them bent across the decks. All their guns and cannons are fine, but useless when your staff is cracking light into their skulls, dispensing red gifts left and right. Durance's fist tighten and he laughs. Aedarans call that elevation, divine awareness. Those words are as welcome as shit on one's boot, and that's all they took back with them while they were running. He shakes his head. A lesson learned at the wrong time. Almost feel a pang of sympathy for them. Almost. Listen, what do you mean? The title of a god isn't knowing a god, adhering to words rather than walking the path, testing yourself in the heat of it. Walk until the words are stripped away and you feel it, burning in your heart. That's the lesson. That Aedaran politeness, that pretty adherence to the word of scripture as they say, as they saw it, that burned their ships, scarred them, kept them running throughout the Deerwood campaign. He snorts. Divine awareness. There's no true faith in waiting to be tested. The best in battle have already shit themselves plenty, shit themselves until they're dry and can focus on the killing.
Huh.
No, nothing?
What? If doubts and curiosity...
Oh wow, still nothing? Oh, you actually can only visit... Oh, well, Palagina's back. Palagina's patron was silent about the source of their leads, but the notes quickly proved to be valuable. A grimoire sail in the Sifwood and notes from a dead Redsaran wizard pointed the way towards 3 other wizards that were unwittingly performing research based on Galef's stolen notes. Spread out across the eastern reaches, the wizards were amiable enough, but quite unwilling to part with their own extensive notes. After reporting back to the patron's servants, Palagina discovered no additional services were required. It wasn't until after returning to Caed Nua that Palagina learned of the grisly deaths of the 3 wizards, all under suspicious circumstances. A short time later, a package arrives via guarded courier. It was addressed to Palagina, and the note inside simply read, "A gift," in an annotated hand. Wow. Wow. Hellrax mold. This hinged mold has the amazing power to fully duplicate non-soul-bound weapons, shields, armors, and other equipment placed inside of it. The immense magical energy required to fabricate the copy uses the mold for raw materials and wholly consumes it in the progress. Wow, so it duplicates any other equipment. That's really strong. Problem: 3 people had to die for that shit. That's... I wonder if you can have another outcome. Probably not. Okay,
Hey.
let's... Let's train him out. Alright, well, let's hang out with Palagina for a while. Because Adir's.
See you when I see you.
Because his story is.
Ah, I'm on the Vanguard.
Should I get to? Yeah, you need to get to. Oh, she used a two-handed sword though. Oh. When downs and so when you kill an enemy, everyone gets deprived again more. Rest. Righteous soul. Zealous charge. Sworn enemy. Oh, you marked them. Okay, so it targets one of them. Should I go with the two-handed? Maybe I should make her sword and shield also. She just uses a. Is there a better two-handed sword I have? Doesn't seem like it. How much is this? 17 to 24. Let's see. Oh. Oops. Okay, this is a Morning Star. It's literally the same properties. Oh, but it's slightly better. Oops. Okay, so you want better weapons on top. Exceptional Morning Star. This might be better actually. Does she have the Morning Star ability? Let's see. Hold on. Soldier. Great sword. Okay. Alright, so she actually has the great sword. Is this a great sword? No, it's in a stock. Alright, so she needs a great sword, sadly. So, no, it's two-handed. Well, I guess you gotta go back to your great sword. Hope she's okay with it, because I don't. Yeah, she's a two-handed. I really have no other tanks other than Deer. She can't tank as nearly as well. Oh, lay on hands. She has a healing, but she doesn't. Well, let's see where this goes then.
I'm ready.
If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Back to Elmsworth. Need her because her whole mission is to get to that other town. That's fine. We can always travel back and forth. Oh, a deer and emissary request. Wow. How many days? 8 days? Alright, we got time.
I'm ready.
Probably gonna go back to heal before the end of this thing anyway. Oh god. Wait, ogres have druids? That's okay. Wow. Whoa! Alright, we're not ready. Clearly not. I think we're done. This is, too much. Alright, well.
Off! Off!
Lay on hands herself.
Elmsworth and rock!
Alright, I need to do this. I'm probably screwed, but hey, do what you gotta do.
I'm here.
Oh, freaking lay on hands herself.
I'm
That's probably not happening. We can wreck. That difficulty jump went way up. I have to scale this level. Might have to scale the difficulty now. Can I change it? Oh. Okay. Oh, you can carry unlimited number of camping supplies. Hold up. Should I just story time? Okay, there you go.
I'm ready.
So let's go back out. Alright.
I'm ready.
Oh, so it doesn't affect this current map. Oh. Rain play. Wow, why does everything take so much freaking damage?
Help.
Mow it.
Yeah?
Freaking those weird monsters can cast spells.
This one repels my touch.
My bow's ready.
Oh, he's still stuck with freaking.
Damn it!
Come on!
There we go.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
Freaking cakewalk this shit out of here.
Ah,
Alright. Another dead Mad adventurer. Actually, hold on. I might have better armor for her. Oh. I'll give her some heavier armor. What does this do? Does exceptional do? Oh, it's working. Alright, just equip it with really heavy armor. Oh, actually, I should give, oh, I can't. Because the deer is wearing it. I do also. Great.
I'm ready.
Something else? Dangerous pillar. Alright, cross over to the other side, I guess. Probably fight as we cross the bridge. Ah! Cutscene. What?
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once.
Updates.
Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratom.
Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
Oh, maybe because she was one of us.
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Kratom, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara. Are you sure? As you say then. But I warn you, it would be unfortunate should I learn differently from anywhere else.
Oh, we know he's a bad guy, right?
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
Yeah. Just play along. Alright, so you were definitely part of his organization as your past self. Eldermore. I'm gonna come back for those overs later. Well, first let's... Where does this go? Orfsong. Alright, it's another town. Honestly, if it's still too bad, I might just switch it to story time, because that's really what I care about, right? Oh my god. I'm trying to 10 people every time. Gotta kill that freaking Andrew. Bridge upward? try the ogre fight again. Let's... Stelgar. Oh, dying monk. We're just auto attacking everything. I'm helping him. The man on the ground grasps for air, clutching his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscure the full extent of his injuries. His face whitens as blood pools around him. Please, traveler. He reaches out, arduously extending his hand to you. This is but mere suffering. Transcend the pain and draw strength. A pained smile creeps across the man's face. I will comply, brother, but my injuries are too severe. I have tried. I held the pain at bay as long as I could, but my wounds are fatal and my flesh beyond the controlling of my training. What happened? Forgetful, so careless, he mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand out in front of him. The Stelgars, they smelled the blood on me. Thought they found their next meal. The man reaches down to clutch his left leg, his fingers running along a jagged length of bone protruding from his knee. They were almost correct. The man lets out a long sigh and smiles at you with a slow, knowing nod. You are known to us, Watcher. We know you have treated others honestly, fairly. His face has become pale and laughs into a wide smile. And I have needed someone trustworthy to finish your mission. Be still. Allow me to tend your wounds, or at least ease the pain. As you move close to help, the monk places his hand on yours and gently rebuffs your efforts with his remaining strength. Your intentions are kind, but I must embrace my suffering and ready my soul for the next journey. This must be delivered to my order. The monk gasped weakly for his satchel, drawing from its messenger's scroll case. Take it, he rasped, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brother. They will reward you. Do not open it, he cries. The contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will... Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backward and his body goes. The scroll case is crafted of darkly stained oak in the likeness of a thin tower. Along its length, 5 wax seals adorn the case, each with its own symbol. A small flame, an open palm, a crescent moon, a shining sun, and a balanced scales. The seals will more than likely break if you were to try and open the case. Oh wow, if you had high dexterity, you could still... Oh, take your money too?
I understand.
Should I just fight the ogre? Alright, let's give it a shot. We're about to head to the next area. This takes you to... Okay, no, everything goes through Harp Song. Time to get wrecked. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Some divine healing Where is the burning thing? Oh, you can actually revive the fallen now? That's really strong. Burning all Oh no, it's everyone. Okay.
Yes. Mow it. Mow it. Anna.
Oh, there's another matron. She needs to heal herself. Oh, wow, even with this, even with the difficulty lowering, I can't beat him.
Come on, get back on your feet. We need.
Nope. That was not happening. Alright. Fight went better, but no, it's not enough. Alright. I'll come back later. As we've seen how strong those ogres can get. Lower, even lower? I'm just gonna break the story time.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you can't do it on maps you have already visited. Alright, let's go to the dignitary.
I'm
then.
ready.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay. Back to Kenua, I guess. Because I need to, gotta go talk to that dignitary.
Gelade, well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. To vault cannons.
I do want to see what this this new town looks like, at least before I end this. My name is Beryl. If you have the time, I have an urgent matter I'd like to discuss. Okay, let's hear. I've been tasked with meeting with the representatives from the Fisher Crane tribe near Thane Bog. It is my hope to come to peaceful terms. Unfortunately, I haven't had much practice with the Glenfappen language, and the Fisher Crane are, by nature, very reclusive. I fear that the circumstances are ripe for a misunderstanding. You yourself, I hear, have had some dealings with Glenfappens. I would welcome any assistance or advice you have to offer. I'll have someone escort you. Heravoth is Glenfappen. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? Like, send out the person who, you know, is actually one of them. Oh, we're gonna have to... Can I just lame it out for 6 days? Oh. Alright, well, I guess that works. Just put a deer in there then. Have the two warriors together. I'll be honest, I like tanks.
Hope you're not expecting much. Hey.
Oh, but more perception might help you look for, find hidden areas, I guess. And I would like to have Heravoth.
Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like
Can
this
I just
anymore,
stall for freaking...
Well done.
Oh, we're only
A
on through 100
formidable
days of this
fortress
already.
in the old style.
Sure. Can I just stall for 6 days? This way I can... How much is this? Because I'm pretty sure it's a big benefit to have Hirivas in your party when, you know, you go visit his people. Alright, pretty sure where he lives.
Hey.
Estromor still. Okay.
Tread carefully, Estromor.
A sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. Glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city? The 6 tribes of Irglanthap welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You're free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into other districts. Those are forbidden to Estromor. You can tell me about Twin Elms. The city is sacred to all Glenfathans, and it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Irglanthap where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts: Hearthsong, the Commons District; Old Song, the site of our temples; Elm's Reach, home of Demelgan and Druids; and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. Alright, what about Hearthsong? This is the Hearthsong. It is a place where Glenfathans and Estromorwen may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Anamfafa, meet. He points to a large round building at the end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glenfathan. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find the way to the Celestial Sapling. Oh, well, we need to go to the Celestial Sapling, which temples lie in Old Song. There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergand. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, a temple of Hylia, and Gallowayne's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the Hunter God. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Tell me about Elm's Reach. There lies Tir Everon, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elms twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delemgen sisters dwell there now. The Hall of the Warriors stand at the other end of the district. Rumor has it Anamfaf's Simic of 3 tusked Stelgar is there now. Elmsreach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Ovets of the Golden Grove, and the ethnic knoll of Blood Sands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of ethnic knoll, but High Ovate Arona is just as powerful in her own way. What about the Burial Isle? It is the place where our Anamfafa are laid to rest among the stones placed by the Builders. They say the songs of some of the old Anamfafa still linger there. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all Twin Elms. Alright. Why is it forbidden? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first Keepers of the Stone met the Builders. It exists alongside the works of the Builders, and it is the only place in all of Irglanthap where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estromorwen, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anemfaf Bethwell is present in the Passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head at the long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions? What about the where are the Builders? The Angwiffins, yeah. The people that came before. There's always some ancient civilization that knows stuff that we don't. It's best you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended, and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Oh, so we can go back to Defiance Bay now. Oh, did I?
Hey.
Alright.
Hey.
This is where the famous hunters of Air Glanfoth dwell?
Alright. Well, they have a lot of animal companions. Well, Sagani fits in right here. Ready to run the course of the trade has returned. Where should I? Okay, let's look at the map of this place. Hearthsong Market, Glenfaffen Home, Old Song District, Builder's Hearth. No, nothing. No, nothing. Oh, Passage of the Six is where I'm supposed to go. Would be useful to freaking go, to have one of the people with me, but he's busy escorting that other dude. Alright, let's meet with their leader and see what they have to say.
I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath. Valiant deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood. It could mean war for the Republics in the future. Put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
Okay, so she can weaken her own country's position, basically, to avoid taking advantage of the Deerwood. Okay. Yeah, her own country might condemn her for this, but you know, gotta be a nice person, right? She nods her head resolutely. Alright, let's see what we gotta do.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step toward you. Careful, this woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself. I'm looking for an
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city.
Probably best to be...
Reasons I am coming to understand.
Probably better to be diplomatic, right?
Looters have grown bolder at the sights of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the three Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Amenhotep continues to glare at you. Something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
That's kindness? Saying no, man? Alright. Wait, what's going on? Oh, a vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethel. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them. Points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamfatha. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf. A black-furred Orlan, 2 elves. Who's that other one? He looks just like you. Scowls creases around her face. Is this your idea of a joke? You're kind of no sense of subtlety. The spectral Orlan take another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward, as if struggling against the gale. The angry Anamemphof winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Felt's warning. Does Furwelt's warning mean anything to you? Furwelt's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamemphath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramore.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 2 attending tribesmen look from the Anamemphath to you, their sword hands ready. Her slitted pupils narrow. Better explain yourself. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramore.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
Hey, you're special. Guess what? Farewell tried to warn the other tribes about something.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War.
Oh, so I guess she's a reincarnation.
My ancestor on
of that
my
guy.
mother's side was Anamfoth of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfotha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do.
Okay,
He
that's
also believed
kinda
the builders'
parallel to
souls
Jesus.
had spread to all people,
Because at one point,
and that we should avoid needless conflict
Christianity
with
was an
others.
offshoot of Judaism, right?
More practically, he
Jesus was a
worried
Jew,
that a
and
violent
one of the critical
response
questions
would only
was,
spur further bloodshed
do we spread
across
our
the
religion
generations.
to
And you can
non-Jewish
see
people?
where we are today.
Right, we have to accept Gentiles, basically, in order to spread, because they're, you know, it opens up your demographics. Or do you keep it within Judaism? Let's see. 2 words. His warning is more relevant than ever.
While Feralt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished Adra cube flashes into your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is far too faint for you to read. The MFF turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. Just give him something else to remember.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man, who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
Well,
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
Alright, you again see the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face on the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form the words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door, while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
The key, right? I know.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us,
the builders are the key.
The
Leaden key, that phrase has become smart.
If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delamgon will know.
Minor positive. What are the 6 tribes? Clanfafin society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. Man, we really love this concept, right? Each tribe having their own unique characteristics. It's the same with the houses in Harry Potter and the houses in Game of Thrones. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 have a seat here in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone War. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone, Fisher Crane, Doritos Stelgar. Doritos Stelgar seems to be their soldier faction. Stone Bramble, Twice Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass, or the Keeper of Stones. They are first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Irglanfaf, they met the builders, who gave them the cornerstone, and those words you quoted as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the 6, look to the Keepers for guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honor in our society, though it has also made them more conservative, in my observation. I'd like to hear about the Fisher Crane, a mostly Orland tribe from Danebog. Most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even the other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. She crosses her arm. that's where the one here of us belongs to, I think. They are not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of Three Tusk Stilgar. I'd rather face them than Fisher Crane Ambush Squad any day. They're named after a long-necked bird that lives in the bog. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for a muck frog or a spotted salamander. But when it strikes, it's faster than anything. Alright, what about the Three Tusks? She laughs and shakes her head. Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs and they want everyone to know about it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glenfathans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict with the Estremorn, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Estremorn. In fact, there was a rift within Three Tusk Stilgar after the War of Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Deerwood, joining whatever tribes would take them. Broken Tusks, someone called them. The majority of the tribe dug into the half-burned forest to hold the line, and many respect them for it. She frowns uneasily. They have more than earned their place among the Six, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Well, Stonebrand. Mostly dwarves out of the White Marsh. They are one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glenfathan, though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sites in such inhospitable territory. Personally, though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Estremor would never reach their mountains. Still, they came to our aid during both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. The twice-split arrow. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes. Probably the least respected tribe of them all. But our ancestors believed they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat among the Six. Yo, they get a pity seat in the council, and nobody respects them. Many of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a twice-split arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they're as proud of their tribe as anyone else. She shrugs. They'll accept anyone. I suppose there's virtue in that. You'll never know what you're getting with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others will slaughter a lamb for the honor of your visit. The guy that encompasses your tribe, right? Indeed. We're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We tried to keep the peace with the Estremorwen, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hard-line brethren in Three Tusk Stilgar and the Keeper of the Stones. We value our heritage as Glenfathans, but we recognize that the Estremorwen are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. Okay, one of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. Yes, the Valian Godlike, blessed of Hylian. Palagina bristles and quickly spits out a response. So they say. The Amenthef's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Palagina's interruption. And diplomat of the Duke's Bells, I understand you were sent here with trade assurances from your masters? Revered Amenthef, it is true I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. The Orlin smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Indeed. Regarding the exclusive trade agreement, her voice quivers slightly and her golden eyes dart in your direction. I'm pushing her. Oh. Oops. Oh, no, I got a freaking...
I can only hope the Dukes are right, and the Deerwood doesn't go to war with us over this.
I did the wrong thing. Okay, I'm gonna back out and... Alright, I'll just do it I'll just load and do it the other way, but that's a good place to end. We met with one of their leaders at least. Call it a day. Thanks for watching, guys.